In this video, we're going to solve trigonometric equations in quadratic form requiring the quadratic formula. Solve the following for theta in radians, where 0 less than or equal to theta less than 2 theta. So 1 revolution, and theta's got to be in radians. They give you negative 3 cosine squared theta minus 5 cosine theta plus 1 equals 0. I'm going to use a tricky substitution that I've been using, or at least been talking about, and I'm going to say that x is equal to cosine theta. And then I'm going to replace cosine theta with x, so I have negative 3x squared minus 5x plus 1 is equal to 0. And then I'm going to resubstitute this in at the end. But I need to use the quadratic. It's already set up as a quadratic. I need to use a quadratic formula here. So we're going to say x is equal to negative b plus and minus root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we're going to plug in negative b, so that's actually going to be negative 5, plus and minus, this is a root, negative 5 squared minus 4 times negative 3 times 1. That's all over 2 times negative 3. When I go to do the inside here, I'm going to get 25 plus 12. So I end up with root 37. So I have 5 plus and minus root 37 over negative 6. Now I'm going to try and simplify that as best as I can. So I'm going to rewrite this as, let's see, x is equal to 5 plus root 37 over negative 6, or x is equal to 5 minus root 37 over negative 6. And then I'm going to plug both of those into the calculator. So I do 5 plus root 37, and I divide it by negative 6. I get negative 1.84. We're going to go 847. And then I do the other one, 5 minus root 37. Get negative 1.08, divide that by negative 6. I get 0.18. Okay, now I'm going to resubstitute cosine into these equations. So I get cosine theta is equal to negative 1.847, and cosine theta is equal to 0.18. Now, I cannot have cosine theta equaling negative 1.847 because the longest side, or the longest length on the unit circle is the radius, which is 1. Can't have something longer than that. Now this one shows promise. We're going to do the cosine inverse on each side because of this decimal here. We can't look at the unit circle. So we're going to say theta is equal to cosine inverse of cosine cancels. So I do the cosine inverse of 0.18. And they want us in radian mode, so I better make sure that I'm in radian mode. And so I've got to go back and say, all right, cosine inverse of 0.18. That's going to give 1.33, we're going to call it 1.390 for theta. Now I'm going to slide up a little bit because that's the first quadrant. So this is quadrant 1. Cosine is positive in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4 here. So I need to find it in quadrant 4. So I'm going to do theta is equal to 2 pi minus 1.39. So if I do 2 pi minus 1.39, I get 4.893. So 4.89. This is quadrant 4. So my two solutions would be 1.39 and 4.89.